Welcome to my story, where I take you on a journey of teaching English and inspiring lives. As an English teacher, I've helped students overcome their fears of speaking, reading, and writing. Through this story, you'll not only improve your vocabulary, but also learn about the joy of connecting with people from around the world. You'll hear about my challenges, triumphs, and heartwarming experiences with students of all ages. Each chapter is filled with relatable situations, fun phrases, and real-life examples. Want to build your confidence in English? Follow along as I share how mistakes turn into stepping stones and how language opens doors to new opportunities. This story is more than words, it's an adventure of growth and connection. So, grab a pen, practice new expressions, and enjoy learning English as we explore my teaching journey together. Are you ready to start? Let's go! As a child, I found myself drawn to the beauty of words. Books became my closest companions, opening up entire worlds I could explore from the comfort of my room. I wrote stories in my notebook, creating characters and adventures that only my imagination could bring to life. It wasn't just the stories I loved, it was the power of language itself. Even then, I knew that English would play a special role in my future. Growing up, I had wonderful teachers who made learning exciting and meaningful. One teacher, in particular, encouraged me to express myself and believed in my potential. Their kindness and encouragement stayed with me and inspired me to want to do the same for others. I dreamed of one day standing in front of a classroom and helping others find their voices, just as my teachers had done for me. The journey to becoming an English teacher wasn't always easy. I studied hard, learning not just the mechanics of the language, but also how to teach it to others. Training to become a teacher taught me patience, creativity, and the importance of connecting with my students on a personal level. By the time I stood in front of my first class, I felt both nervous and excited. Teaching English turned out to be more rewarding than I ever imagined. I work with students from all walks of life, each with unique stories and goals. Whether I'm helping someone learn their first English words or preparing a student for an important exam, the joy I feel watching them succeed is unmatched. Seeing their confidence grow as they master new skills fills me with pride. Teaching isn't without its challenges. Some students struggle with grammar or pronunciation, while others feel shy about speaking. But these challenges are what make the work so meaningful. Finding creative ways to help each student overcome their difficulties is like solving a puzzle, and every small breakthrough is a triumph worth celebrating. One of the most beautiful aspects of my job is the cultural exchange that happens in the classroom. My students come from different countries and backgrounds, and I learn so much from them. Teaching English allows me to connect with people in a way that goes beyond just language. It's about understanding their experiences and sharing my own. As much as I teach, I also learn. Every day, my students remind me of the importance of perseverance and curiosity. They inspire me to keep improving as a teacher and as a person. Teaching has taught me that education is a journey, not just for the student, but for the teacher as well. Teaching English isn't just a job, it's a way of making a difference. By helping others communicate and achieve their dreams, I feel like I'm contributing to something much larger than myself. It's a responsibility I carry with pride and gratitude. I often wonder what the future holds for my students. Will they use their English skills to travel the world? To land their dream jobs? To make connections with people they otherwise wouldn't have met? Whatever they do, I hope they remember that I believed in them and that they have the power to achieve great things. Over the years, certain moments have stayed with me, moments that remind me why I chose this path. I remember the first time a student confidently gave a presentation in English, after months of struggling with shyness. Or when a student sent me a heartfelt thank you note, sharing how learning English had opened up new opportunities for them. These small but significant milestones have left an indelible mark on my heart. The way we teach and learn has changed dramatically over the years, and I've embraced these changes wholeheartedly. From online teaching platforms to interactive apps, technology has allowed me to make learning more engaging and accessible. I've had the privilege of teaching students from across the globe, connecting with them through virtual classrooms. These advancements have made me even more passionate about my role as an educator in the modern world. The global pandemic brought unexpected challenges to the world of education. Suddenly, teaching moved entirely online, and I had to adapt quickly. It was difficult at first, managing technical issues, ensuring students stayed engaged, and finding creative ways to teach virtually. But this period taught me resilience and innovation. I discovered new tools and strategies to keep learning alive, even in uncertain times. One of the most beautiful things about teaching is seeing the ripple effect of your work. Some of my former students have gone on to become teachers themselves, while others have used their English skills to land their dream jobs or travel the world. Knowing that I've played a small part in their success brings me immense pride and joy. Teaching has allowed me to form connections that last a lifetime. Some of my students have stayed in touch long after our lessons ended, sharing updates about their lives and achievements. These relationships are a testament to the bond that forms when you help someone grow and learn. It reminds me that teaching isn't just about lessons, it's about building relationships based on trust and support. Teaching has become more than a profession for me, it's a part of who I am. Whether I'm in the classroom, at home, or even on vacation, I find myself constantly thinking about new ways to teach, inspire, and motivate. It's not just a job, it's a lifelong calling that has shaped me into the person I am today. Looking ahead, I see a world filled with endless possibilities. I hope to continue growing as a teacher, exploring new methods, and reaching more students. My dream is to one day create a program or write a book that can help even more people learn English. The journey is far from over, and I'm excited to see where it will take me. Each day in the classroom reminds me of the profound purpose behind teaching. Some days are challenging, students struggling with grammar, moments of self-doubt, or the pressure of meeting expectations. But even on those days, the smallest victories, like a student finally understanding a tricky concept or smiling after pronouncing a difficult word correctly, remind me why I chose this path. Teaching is more than just a job, it's a mission to empower others. Although I love teaching in the classroom, I dream of expanding my reach. One day, I want to create a platform where anyone, anywhere in the world, can learn English at their own pace. This platform would offer interactive lessons, videos, and resources that are engaging, inclusive, and accessible. My hope is to make learning English an enjoyable experience for people of all ages and backgrounds. Every student brings a unique story to the classroom, and I've had the privilege of hearing so many. From a young mother learning English to help her children with schoolwork to a business professional improving their language skills to work abroad, these stories inspire me every day. They remind me that learning a language isn't just about words, it's about unlocking opportunities and rewriting life stories. Teaching isn't a one-way process. I've learned just as much from my students as they've learned from me. Their perseverance, creativity, and unique perspectives have taught me patience, adaptability, and the value of seeing the world through different lenses. Every student, in their own way, has left an imprint on my life, making me a better teacher and a better person. One of the greatest joys of teaching English is witnessing the connections it fosters. My students often use their new language skills to communicate with people from different countries and cultures, building bridges and breaking down barriers. It's amazing to see how language unites us, and I'm proud to play a role in creating a more connected world. Teaching has transformed me in ways I never expected. I've become more empathetic, understanding, and open-minded. I've learned to appreciate the little things, like a student's smile when they succeed, and to celebrate progress, no matter how small. Teaching has not only helped me grow professionally but also personally, shaping me into someone who sees the beauty in helping others achieve their dreams. As I reflect on my journey, I think about the legacy I want to leave behind. It's not about accolades or recognition, it's about the lives I've touched and the doors I've helped open for others. My dream is that my students will look back and remember me as someone who believed in them and encouraged them to aim high. Teaching is a journey without an end. There's always something new to learn, someone new to teach, and another challenge to overcome. It's a journey I embrace with open arms, knowing that each step brings new experiences and opportunities to make a difference. As I continue on this path, I feel grateful for the incredible privilege of being an English teacher. One of the most beautiful realizations I've had as an English teacher is the sheer power of words. Words have the ability to connect hearts, bridge divides, and open doors to endless opportunities. Through teaching, I've seen students use their newfound language skills to share their stories, advocate for themselves, and chase their dreams. Watching them transform into confident communicators reminds me that language is more than just a tool, it's a force for empowerment. Teaching is like planting seeds. You never know how far the roots will grow or how tall the tree will stand. Some students have gone on to become teachers themselves, while others have used English to travel, work, or create meaningful relationships. Every success story I hear fills me with pride and gratitude. It's humbling to know that the lessons I've taught have had a lasting impact, far beyond the walls of the classroom. As I reflect on my journey, I feel a deep sense of gratitude for the students who've trusted me to guide them, for the mentors who've inspired me, and for the countless lessons I've learned along the way. Teaching has given me a purpose and a sense of fulfillment that I never imagined. It has shown me that true success lies in helping others succeed. The future is a canvas of endless possibilities. I dream of continuing to innovate in my teaching methods, perhaps writing a book or developing new resources that make English learning accessible to even more people. I also hope to mentor aspiring teachers, sharing what I've learned and encouraging them to follow this incredible path. No matter what the future holds, I know that teaching will always be at the heart of my journey. The future is a canvas of endless possibilities. I dream of continuing to innovate in my teaching methods, perhaps writing a book or developing new resources that make English learning accessible to even more people. I also hope to mentor aspiring teachers, sharing what I've learned and encouraging them to follow this incredible path. No matter what the future holds, I know that teaching will always be at the heart of my journey. As my story continues to unfold, I hope my students remember one thing above all else, that I believed in them. Whether they struggled or excelled, I saw their potential and cheered them on every step of the way. My greatest wish is that they carry the lessons we've shared and use them to build the lives they've dreamed of. Teaching has taught me that the world itself is a classroom. Every experience, every challenge, and every person we meet has something to teach us. As an English teacher, my role is to pass on the tools of communication, but my deeper mission is to inspire lifelong learning. For me, the classroom is not a place, it's a mindset, a commitment to growth, curiosity, and connection. If I were to summarize my life as an English teacher, I would say it's a life of purpose, joy, and constant discovery. Teaching has given me so much more than I could ever give in return. It shaped who I am and allowed me to leave a meaningful mark on the world. And as I look ahead, I know the journey isn't over. There are more students to teach, more lessons to learn, and more lives to touch. Teaching is as much about understanding emotions as it is about delivering lessons. Over the years, I've learned that empathy is the cornerstone of being an effective teacher. Every student carries their own struggles and dreams, and by truly listening to them, I've been able to make a deeper impact. Whether it's encouraging a shy student to speak or offering reassurance after a tough day, empathy turns a teacher into a guide and a source of comfort. As an English teacher, I've had the privilege of meeting students from countless cultures, each bringing their unique perspectives and traditions into the classroom. This diversity has enriched my teaching in profound ways. I've learned to adapt lessons to suit different cultural contexts and to celebrate the differences that make each of us unique. In doing so, I've created a classroom environment where students feel valued and included, no matter where they come from. English is a living, breathing language, constantly evolving with time. Teaching it has shown me how language adapts to cultural shifts, technology, and global trends. From teaching traditional grammar to exploring new slang and phrases shaped by the digital age, I've enjoyed watching my students interact with both the old and the new. It's a reminder that language isn't static, it grows alongside us. Every student is different, and no two classes are the same. This truth has taught me the importance of adaptability in teaching. Some students learn through stories, others through visuals or hands-on activities. As a teacher, my role is to adapt to their needs, ensuring that every lesson resonates. It's a constant balancing act, but one that keeps me creative and engaged. Mistakes are an inevitable part of learning, and I've made it a point to celebrate them in my classroom. Whether it's a mispronounced word or a misunderstood sentence, every mistake is a stepping stone to growth. I encourage my students to see errors as opportunities rather than setbacks. In doing so, I've seen them become more confident and willing to take risks, a lesson that extends far beyond language learning. English is more than a subject, it's a skill that shapes lives. Through teaching, I've realized that I'm not just helping students learn a language, but also equipping them with critical life skills. Communication, confidence, critical thinking, and creativity are all part of the learning process. These skills empower my students to navigate challenges, build relationships, and achieve their goals. One of the most beautiful lessons teaching has taught me is to find joy in the little things. A student's excited smile after mastering a tricky concept, the laughter we share during a fun activity, or the heartfelt thank you at the end of a class, these moments make every challenge worthwhile. They remind me that happiness lies in the journey, not just the destination. Teaching has given me the opportunity to connect with students of all ages, from young children to older adults. Each generation brings its own unique strengths and perspectives to the classroom. Working with such diverse age groups has been a rewarding experience, as I've learned to tailor my teaching to meet their needs, while appreciating the wisdom and curiosity they bring. Teaching can sometimes feel like a solitary journey, but over the years, I've found a sense of belonging in the larger teaching community. Sharing ideas, resources, and challenges with fellow educators has been invaluable. It's a reminder that we're all part of a collective effort to shape the next generation. Together, we inspire each other to keep growing and striving for excellence. Over the years, I've come to realize the profound role gratitude plays in teaching. Students often express their thanks in the simplest ways: a handwritten note, a kind word, or even just a smile. These gestures are a reminder of the impact I've made in their lives, and they inspire me to give even more. Similarly, I've made it a habit to express my gratitude to my students for their efforts and dedication. Gratitude fosters a positive, nurturing environment where everyone feels valued. One of the most transformative aspects of teaching English is witnessing the growth in my students' confidence. Language learning is not just about mastering vocabulary or grammar, it's about finding the courage to express yourself. Many students start out shy or hesitant, afraid of making mistakes. But with time, practice, and encouragement, I see them blossom into self-assured speakers. Watching this transformation is one of the most rewarding parts of my work. Teaching is both an art and a science. The science lies in understanding pedagogy, linguistics, and learning theories, while the art comes from creativity, empathy, and intuition. Striking this balance has been one of my greatest challenges and achievements. Every lesson is like a painting, a mix of structure and spontaneity, tailored to meet the needs of my students. Teaching is deeply emotional work. It's not just about imparting knowledge, but also about building relationships. I've celebrated my students' achievements, comforted them during struggles, and shared in their dreams and aspirations. These emotional connections make teaching so much more meaningful. They remind me that at its core, education is about humanity, and connection language is a powerful tool that can break down barriers of culture, geography, and even prejudice. Through teaching English, I've seen students connect with others in ways they never imagined. Whether it's forming friendships, working on international projects, or simply understanding a different perspective, language opens doors to new worlds. Being a part of that process is both humbling and inspiring. Teaching hasn't always been easy. I've faced moments of self-doubt, burnout, and the pressure to meet high expectations. But these challenges have taught me resilience and adaptability. Each obstacle has been an opportunity to grow, learn, and become a stronger teacher. They've also deepened my empathy for my students, reminding me that struggles are an essential part of any journey. One of the greatest gifts teaching has given me is a lifelong curiosity. Every day, I learn something new, whether it's a new teaching method, a cultural tradition from a student, or a creative way to explain a concept. Teaching has shown me that learning never stops, and that curiosity is the key to personal and professional growth. Laughter has been a constant companion in my teaching journey. Humor breaks down barriers, eases tension, and makes learning more enjoyable. Whether it's a funny mistake or a playful classroom activity, those moments of shared laughter remind me that learning doesn't have to be serious all the time. It can be joyful, light-hearted, and fun. As a teacher, reflection has been my greatest tool for growth. After every lesson, I ask myself, what went well? What could I improve? This habit has not only made me a better teacher but also a more self-aware person. Reflection allows me to celebrate my successes and learn from my mistakes, ensuring that I'm always striving to be the best version of myself. At the heart of my teaching journey is a legacy of hope. I hope my students leave my classroom not just with better English skills, but with the belief that they can achieve anything they set their minds to. I hope they see the value of persistence, kindness, and lifelong learning. And most of all, I hope they carry the lessons they've learned into their lives, inspiring others along the way. Teaching has often felt like holding up a mirror. Not just for my students, but for myself. Every question they ask, every challenge they face, and every breakthrough they achieve reflects back on me as a teacher and a learner. It reminds me of my own journey of learning, my struggles, and my triumphs. In many ways, my students teach me just as much as I teach them, constantly pushing me to grow and evolve. There are moments in every teacher's life that don't require applause or recognition. They simply fill your heart with quiet pride. Watching a student deliver their first speech, reading an email about how a lesson changed someone's perspective, or seeing their faces light up when they understand something they once thought impossible. These moments are treasures that I hold close. Teaching has allowed me to connect not only with younger students, but with older generations as well. Working with adults who are learning English has been a particularly rewarding experience. Many of them come to class with rich life experiences, but feel vulnerable starting from scratch. Seeing them embrace learning with determination, humor, and grace is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to grow. One of the most magical sounds in the classroom is the sound of success, the laughter of students sharing ideas, the confident tone of a learner reading aloud, or the quiet hum of focused concentration. These sounds tell a story of progress and growth. They're a daily reminder that success isn't always loud or dramatic. It's often found in these simple, powerful moments. Some of the most rewarding experiences in my teaching career have come from collaboration. Whether it's working with fellow educators on new projects or encouraging students to work together on group tasks, collaboration fosters creativity and teamwork. These shared efforts build a sense of community, reminding us that we're stronger when we work together. Thanks to technology, my classroom has extended beyond borders. I've had the privilege of teaching students from countries I've never visited, each bringing their culture and language into our lessons. This global exchange has been an eye-opening experience, showing me the beauty of diversity and the universal nature of learning. Every teacher learns to celebrate the small wins, the hesitant student who finally raises their hand, the shy learner who smiles after completing a task, or the moment a group collectively solves a problem. These wins might seem minor, but they're the foundation of growth. They remind me that progress, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. There have been times when I've questioned myself, whether I'm doing enough, whether my students are truly benefiting from my lessons, whether I could be better. But I've come to realize that these doubts are part of the process. They drive me to improve, to reflect, and to keep striving for excellence. Teaching has taught me that it's okay to not have all the answers. What matters is the willingness to keep learning. One of my proudest achievements as a teacher has been inspiring others to follow in my footsteps. Some of my former students have chosen to become educators themselves, carrying forward the lessons we shared. Knowing that I've contributed to their journey fills me with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's a beautiful reminder that teaching creates a ripple effect, touching lives in ways we can't always see. Teaching has given me gifts that words can hardly capture, friendships that span continents, lessons that extend far beyond the classroom, and memories that warm my heart even on the toughest days. It's a career, a calling, and a lifelong adventure. As I reflect on my journey, I feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the opportunity to make a difference, one student at a time.